Shalom, shalom, shalom lakam, which is peace unto you all. Hi, Rob Tawab La Adam, Za'akia Kam Yawan, Manu Chakador, Charlotte, which is good evening. This is your brother Yawan from the JMS camp in Charlotte. Nacham Adam Kaya, Ha Malakoth Hashemayim Kwa Rob. Repent ye, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Call Layim La La Abnaw Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rocha Kwadash. Wa Mashana Lazo Kwaniam Na Wa Malakim Shor Rocha Gador, which is all praises to our Father Yahweh, which means he exists, Bahasham, in the name Yahweh Shai delivers in double honor and apostles of great millstone. This is Bon Sirach, chapter 38 and verse 4. It says, the Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. You see, so, it's medicines, on this planet Earth, all right? Ha-Ratazah, which is, the earth, pretty much going into, again, the planet Earth, the world. So essentially, when you look at the elements and the makeup of Earth, essentially it's made up of things that are found in the body of mankind, and again, it goes back and it plays a part in the medicines made out of the earth. So I just wanted to get a couple precepts and, go into a couple words, just edifying on that topic. Adwan Watazah, Zabanaya Pod, Lord's will. This is a beautiful edification through the Spirit. All right. So let's get this. This is Tahoyam Psalms, chapter 104, and we'll get verse 14 or 15, 14. Because essentially what Esau has done is, sometime around the 1900s, he's essentially switched over from, the natural holistic way, the way from the ancient world to was essentially sorcery. That's where pharmakia comes from, is sorcery, like pills and, Tylenols and things like that, which, you do, use like Tylenol, if there isn't a, a natural thing available, you see, but it's more so better to use, the things that were created from the earth, you see. But again, this is Tahoyam Psalms 104 verse 14. It says he causes the grass to grow for the cattle, because, cattle eat grass. And it says an herb for the service of man, that he may bring forth food out of the earth. You see, so herbs are essentially for the service of man. All right, let's get this word for herb, which herb actually derives from Aishab. That's the word for herb, because you'll take the herb is H-E. The H-E will be just be the I or salat. So when you look at the word for herb, the word for herb in Hebrew will be Aishab, which the R was added in the word for herb. So just be should just be the H-E-B, but they got the H and the B from the word Aishab. So I'm gonna go back to this. This is again Tahoyam Psalms 104 verse 14. It says he caused the grass to grow for the cattle and the herb for the service of man, that he may bring forth food out of the earth. So the service of man. All right, let's get that word for service. And it says Ibadah, H5656, labor, service. It says service of the Most High. It says ministering. So pretty much, the herbs, they work for the body. It says service. It says to serve, work, business, office. So if you think of your body as a business. When you look at the human body, the body of mankind, essentially it serves as a giant computer. You see, so essentially herbs allows for that computer to continue to keep going. The correct herbs. All right. So let's also get this. Let's get Bon Sirach, chapter 38, or we already got that. Let's also get I actually want to get that word for service as well. This is the word for service, or the definition of, manage. Because when you go into this word right here, it says labor, service, and it also goes into like manage. So let me go back. All right. It says be in charge. It says succeed in surviving or attaining one's aims, especially against heavy odds. All right, it says to handle. This again, this is the word for manage, which is synonymous with like service. So it says to handle or direct with a degree of skill, such as to exercise executive, administrative, and supervisory direction, to treat with care. It says to make and keep compliant. It says to succeed in accomplishing, to work upon, or to try to alter for a purpose. All right, so let's get this as well. I'm actually get the word for service. Service, it says the occupation or function of serving. It says help, use, benefit. It says a form. It says a helpful act. It says the act of serving. It says the materials used for serving a rope. So pretty much it acts as, to perform services, to repair, provide maintenance for. So essentially herbs, they provide maintenance and it repairs the body. These are the, the medicines out of the earth, and it's various different forms of, herbs, Aishabyam, in the Hebrew. All right. So, let me actually go to this again, because I believe it was a one in here. It says, the number, it must have took one of them out of here. But I guess, yeah, we got the definition for service, so it's all good. All right, so continuing on, let's get Shamwath Exodus, chapter 28, and we'll give verse 17, and it says, and thou shalt set in it settings of stones, even 4 rows of stones. The first row shall be a sardius, a topaz, and a carbuncle. This shall be the first row. Now I want to get this word for sardius because it goes into the carnelian. It says Adam. It says ruby, precious stone. Now, when we go into this, because when you go into the herbs and then also the stones, it's for it essentially helps the body. So when we put this word for carnelian in, the that's going to go into strong, and then dam, the Hebrew word for dam, it's going to go into blood. It's the word for blood, dam, and it says blood, pretty much going from the the redness, pretty much blood is red, in which this word is also synonymous with mankind, you see, because man is of the same elements of the earth, so when you go into this, as far as the carnelian, it provides strength, because goes into strength. All right, and then it goes into blood. So essentially when you work carnelian, it goes into strength to blood, so let's get this as well. When we actually go into the benefits of the carnelian. All right, with the carnelian, it says, it's a lot, give me a second. So it says, orange stones, especially the carnelians, are excellent aids for training, coordination, physical exercise programs, because, red, it corresponds with, again, essentially the body. So it says coordination or physical exercise programs balancing body energy levels. Carnelians boost a listless attitude and can stimulate appetite. All right. See what else it says in here. Should go into something for blood. Right here it says carnelian is full of life force, and you know what is the life force? Let's get this real fast. So it says, this is Waya Korah, Leviticus chapter 17 and verse 14. It says, for it is the life of all flesh. The blood of it is, Leviticus 17 and 14. For it is the life of all flesh. The blood of it is for the life thereof. Therefore I said unto the children of Yasha'alim, ye shall eat the blood of no manner of flesh, for the life of all flesh is in the blood thereof. Whosoever eateth it shall be cut off. So the life force, all right, goes into blood, and carnelian is essentially good for, you know, life force. It provides energy to that, you know. But it says carnelian is full of life force, stimulating metabolism, and is good and a good supply of blood to the organs and tissues, because it essentially helps, you know, it plays a part in the medicines that the Lord created out of the earth. And it says it influences the reproductive organs of both sexes, increases fertility, overcoming frigidity and impotence. Plus, it adds in menstrual and menopausal symptoms, and may add in vitro and artificial insemination. It says benefits it benefits in the absorption of vitamins, nutrients, and minerals in the small intestine, and improves blood viscosity and circulation. So it helps, you know, with blood circulation. It's good for the blood, you know. Going back to, you know, the essentially the word Adam. All right, Ah is strength and Dam is blood, you know, so it provides strength to the blood. You know, that's another medicine that the Lord, you know, another medicine that essentially, you know, helps the body, you know. So let's get this, because I guess the word to use would be the science behind it. All right, when we look at it, let me get this real fast. This is Mashal Yah, Proverbs chapter 18, and we'll get verse 21. It says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You know, so it might be, you know, words have power to them. You see, so if someone was feeling down and someone, you know, essentially gave them some good words, all right, it can boost their spirit, you see, because that vibration, you know, is near, and it can essentially lift them up. You see, well, it's the same with herbs, and it's the same with you know, the stones. If you have stones in your vicinity, your body is made up of that same genetic makeup, or excuse me, it's made up of the same elements. It's made of earth elements. So that being around are essentially the vibration that comes off of the stones, you know, essentially assist, you know, in physical well-being, you know, through the spirit. All right. So I also wanted to grab this. This is Bon Sirach chapter 30. And we'll get verse 25. And it says, I'm going to start from verse 17 and skip down. But this is verse 15. Bon Sirach 30 and 15. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. You see, so having a healthy body and a good estate, you know, in the body, are essentially, all right, it's above, you know, having riches. You see, because you have guys that, you know, essentially they had the riches and stuff like that, but they wasn't really healthy, so they couldn't even enjoy it, you know. And it says there is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart. You see, and if, you know, you have a clear mind, you know, you have a sound body, you know, essentially you're able to function. You know, it's not many, you know, in the world, you know, right now that have those, you know. So if we're ambulatory, you know, which means you're able to walk, you know, if, you know, essentially we're getting our daily bread, and, you know, essentially we have the things that we need to in order to have, you know, a sound body. You know, it may be small stuff like glasses and, you know, stuff like that, or, you know, may not be able to hear, you know, much, you see, but we should be thankful for, you know, for the most part, if we're able to, you know, have a sound body, because it's not many, you know, people that ultimately are sound in the body, and, you know, things of that nature, you see. But things that ultimately assist with this is going to be, you know, first and foremost prayer, all right, and again, going back to the scriptures, the herbs, the foods that we're eating. All right, and then also the stones, the stuff that the Lord the stuff that the Lord created to help us, all right, to essentially serve us. All right, all of those are all those things are essentially here, to aid, to be used as aids. All right, so let's get this. This is Bonserot 30 and verse 25, and it says, "A cheerful and a good heart, a cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet." All right, with your meat and your diet, that ultimately goes into everything. What you allow in your space. All right, you see, but then also specifically, all right, well, what you ultimately eat. What you're eating. What you eat plays a big factor in how you're feeling. That's ultimately going to play a major role in being cheerful and having a good heart. Being cognizant of the things that you're intaking. All right, specifically, in this instance, with foods, the herbs, and different things of that nature. You see. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the first precept that we got and go ahead and close it out. But this is Bonserot 38 and verse 4. And it says, "The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them." You see, so the Lord made medicines out of the earth, you see, which essentially these medicines these are made up of elements are found, in the body, you see. So those that are wise are essentially are going to use those. You see, again, Esau has made it to where this world has went away from the holistic approach, you see, but those that are, wise, again, all right, are going to be, tapping into, what the Lord essentially created, for to serve us. All right, so I don't want to Zabanaya Pa, Lord's will. That was a beautiful edification through the spirit. Well, I don't want to Atam Yashlai Latawab, Lord's will. You have a good night. Wa Shalom Lakam, which is peace unto you all. A Shalom.